Hey everybody, this is Frillioff and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft on the Frillcraft server. Right, I was over here at the gold farm the other day, the snow globe stroke gumball machine stroke whatever you want to call it kind of thing. And I was over here the other day to collect some gold nuggets to make some carrots for the horse tester for some horse breeding. And it was pointed out to me that my chests are looking pretty disgusting in there and I really ought to make some kind of sorting system. To get all of the swords put into a furnace and sort everything else out. So I think that's what I'm going to do today. So let's have a wander over there and have a look at it. So I've done a bit of thinking. It's making a sorting system. Sorry, is pretty straightforward, really. I don't think I've got enough room down here. I might have to go down another level. But as you can see, I'm just filled up with loads and loads of swords, and they're no good to me. I'm never going to use them. So really, a sword is worth a nugget. So it's worth probably smelting them down. It's not going to make me rich. However, it's better than having loads of swords in my in the chests in the inventory. So that's what I'm going to do today. So I've got some redstoney goodness here, so I'm probably going to need some hoppers, a bit of dust, some repeaters, some comparators, some torches. What else? I'm going to need my furnace, as sure as eggs are eggs. I'm probably going to need some chests as well. Have I got? Don't have any. Don't have any chests. Going to have to make some. That's a shame. Right, let's whip that out. Let's have 12 to start. 13. I'll have 13 so I can stick one underneath the furnace, which I'm going to put in there. I think if I whip this out, I don't know, I think I've got plenty of room to play with. But if I whip this out like that, and I'm going to have to whip a little bit more out actually. If I put a chest there and a hopper there and a furnace there, I can then, if I have this this column of chests for gold nuggets, this column of chests for gold nuggets, this one for rotting flesh, this one for rotting flesh, anything that's left then will go into the furnace. Now, I was a little bit concerned because I know that pigmen do drop gold bars. However, I've gone through my entire chest, or all of the chests that have been filled up at the moment, and all I can find are nuggets and rotting flesh and swords. So I'm hoping that that's not going to cause me a problem. The worst that's going to happen is that the furnace is going to get backed up because it'll have a gold bar in it, and which won't smelt. So I'll just have to take it out. But I think that's what I'm going to be doing. So let's have something to eat. So I'm going to need to whip and rip all of this stuff out. I'm going to need a space as well for all of the stuff in the chests. Because when I start breaking them open, I'm just a little bit too high. To make the sorting system, I'm going to need a couple of hoppers above the top chest, which are going to be that one and that one. So the top of the chest, the top chest is going to have to be that one. So I'm just going to have to remove the floor and move the chests down one level, which is no biggie. That's easy enough to do. Which does actually mean that my furnace is now in the wrong place. But hey ho, stuff happens. Right, let me whip all of this out. I'm going to whip all of this out. I'm going to move my chests down one, get rid of the ones at the top, and then we'll start putting the sorting system in. So I'll be back in a minute. I jumped on the bed earlier and, and I could see on the map that there was a zombie getting closer and closer and closer. And I finally woke up and it was sort of here looking at me as I jumped out of bed. Very scary. And it was on fire as well, which didn't make me very happy. It set me on fire as well. Anyway, I digress. I've dug a little bit of space out. But where are we? Where I've all gone? Gone all over the place. I've lowered the floor down and put the coloured concrete back in again, and I've also dug out the back of the chests. This is where the sorting mechanism is going to go, but before I can put it in, I need to move that line of hoppers back this way. That line of hoppers needs to run across there, so that's what I'm going to do now. Now I stand a very good chance of losing some of these inside these hoppers, but it's not going to be too much of a problem. Like that, and then where does it want to wants to run down? Did I say here? I did say here, didn't I? Oh, it's going to leave a mark. Yeah, that's right. This is where I wish I could fly. Right up to the sky, but I can't. You can. I can't. So now I've got that there. I'm going to get myself in a right mess here. As sure as eggs are eggs. Right, so I need that there. I need a hopper running into that. And then a hopper running into that. It's been ages since I built one of these. I'm going to make a complete pig's ear of it. I know I am. Don't even have my redstone on me. So I need that there. That there. I still haven't made myself enough room either. That there. That there. I'm sure you guys have built these before. It's a bog standard sorter. There's nothing special about it, apart from the fact that I've built it, which makes it special. I did pick up all my redstone. What am I talking about? So we need a comparator off of there. Oh, come on, off of there. Dusty wusty. Dust there, dust there. Pick these up before they despawn. And a repeater there. And a bit of redstone torch. There it is. Redstone torch just there. Now that torch, as you know, is going to completely lock that hopper until such time as this comparator gives out a signal strength of greater than 2 bits of dust. And before it can do that, we need to put some stuff in here. To make the sorter, we need to put a stackable item in here that's got no chance of coming through the system. And I believe that dirt won't come through the system. So if I stick some dirt in there like that, and add up to sort of 15 in there, you can go up to 18, but that leaves this remaining slot with no wriggle room. So if I put that the item I want to sort in there now, that's going to go down to 4 or 5. And let me give it a hand and another little hand. So it goes down to 5, and the more dirt I add in there, the lower that goes down. So if I add 16, it goes down to 3, 17 goes down to 2, 18 that would go down to 1. The problem with that is if there's a bit of a glitch, you know, a bit of a surge, I don't know what you want to call it, but if there's a slight problem and the system sucks that gold nugget through into the hopper below and leaves that slot empty, then it will start sucking something else through. So I always try to only have 14 items in the sorter there, so that way there's always a little bit of wriggle room with those nuggets. It'll never get down to completely emptying. So that's that, and that's your basic sorter now. So every time the zombie pigmen fall down at the top, the dead drops get sucked into the hopper system. It's going to go around here, and every time it goes over, will this work? If I put some dust in it, every time it goes over now, dust doesn't come down into this particular chest because it's being filtered by the gold nuggets at the top. Oh, I was going to say the dust comes down into here, but it doesn't go anywhere because it's not hooked up to anything, so it'll be in there. There it is. And that's how the sorting system works. I hope I've not made that more complicated than it is, but that's basically it. It's very, very, very simple. There it is. So I need to put another three of these. One on there, one on the other side, one on the other side. So it'll filter out the gold nuggets on this side. It's going to filter out the... let's do another one. While I'm talking about it, I may as well do another one. Oh, did you hear that? Fabulous. So we've got loads of rotting flesh coming through here at the moment, and some gold nuggets. Now the gold nuggets are going to go down into there. The rotting flesh is going to go over there, and ultimately it'll make its way around to the other side. So the system works. Hallelujah. So if I whip that out, temporary block there, put that there, put that there, and that there, grab myself some of these fellas. One there. Redstone comparator. Not going to be able to do it. Ah. I hate, well, I've got no room. Why have I got no room? Oh, dead nervous about knocking that out then in case something fell down on me. Redstone comparator there. A little bit of dust. Dust there. Dust there. Again, I'm changing the stone for stone brick because if I'm ever digging about underneath and I come across any stone brick, I can be pretty sure that it's got redstone on it. If I just started digging through and I put the redstone onto stone or cobblestone, then I might dig straight through it and that would mess up my day. So that's there like that. Redstone torch. I need to put dirt in there. Up to 15. And then my nuggets. Brilliant. So now both of these columns of chests are only going to get nuggets in them. Ultimately, obviously, once I've got rid of all of those. So I'm just going to put that little system there around to other side in my best northern accent. And then all we need to do then is plumb the remainder, and hopefully the remaining items in the system will only be swords. And the reason I'm doing it this way round, I mean, you might be thinking, why don't you just siphon the sword straight off into a furnace? The problem is, all the swords are different. They've all got different amounts of damage on them. So in order for the filter to work, the item you want to filter has to be in that hopper. So if I put a gold sword in there, unless it was exactly the same gold sword with exactly the same damage and exactly the same enchantment, it won't come through the system. It won't come through the sorter into the hopper. And because all swords are different, as I say, they've got different damage, different different enchantments on it. None of them are the same, really. It'll be almost impossible for them to be the same. So they've got to be the last things in the sorting system, and they'll go into the furnace and ultimately smelted down into this. So anyway, less of the waffle, more of the work. I'll be back in a second. Okay, that's it. All 4 are in. There they are. They are, as I say, they're very simple to do. And all I've got to do now is test it. But before I can test it, I need to get some coal in there. So let's just run out and get rid of some of this stuff. This is where I get snuck up on. Look at those guys over there. Look at that. Unbelievable. Oh, the box is full. Put some stone in there for the time being. Shouldn't do that. Shouldn't mix your boxes. Right, raining as well. Let's grab some coal. Change my pickup. Oh, that's plenty. That's more than enough. Right, let's get... Is it dark o'clock? No. Let's get in there and throw this in the furnace. Now, I could have put a hopper in the back with a chest above it, but I don't really see the point. That's just as good. Let's grab some of these. And stick them in there as if they are coming through the system. Come on. There it goes. Excelente. So all I need to do now is mess about getting all of these through into the right place. So I'm going to do that, get all of the swords into the furnaces, move everything about, and I'll be back in a second. So here it is, back to its former glory, only better, because now it's sorting out all of my gear. Listen to that, that's beautiful. We're going to get, yeah, we're getting nuggets and everything. Look, there it is, nuggets coming in. Beautiful, and there's the rotting flesh. So it's working, and we've already got 2 and a bit stacks of gold nuggets from all of the swords, which is a lot more than I thought it was going to be. So that is that done, which is fantastic. I think we can call it a day for that one then. And I'm happy as Larry. What I want to do now for the final few minutes is head back over to the racetrack that we built the other day, because I'd got my calculations all incorrect. I believe, and maybe you can help me out. Oh, and I also want to thank Rick Clark and Flash Zoct for putting me right with the speed of horses. They pointed out that the speed of a horse ranges from 4.8 blocks per second or 4.8 meters per second up to a quickest speed of 14.5 blocks per second, which got me thinking, because I calculated my quickest horse the other day at just over 15 blocks per second. I think we calculated him at 15.2, which is clearly wrong. Because if the maximum is 14.5, I don't have a horse that is 15.2. So I did a bit of research on it, and it turns out that I was calculating the blocks per second by taking the amount of blocks that had gone through the hoppers and dividing it by 2.6, which isn't accurate. Now, a block goes through a hopper at the rate of 3.5 ticks. So one block takes 3.5 ticks to go through a hopper. Now, there are 10 ticks in a second, so therefore 10 divided by 3.5 is 2.857. So we have to take, to work out the speed, we need to take the number of blocks divided by 2.857 and then take 100 and divide 100 by that figure. It makes sense to me in my head, maybe not to you guys. Anyway, I found this guy here. Let me jump on him. I don't know whether we had him in the last episode or not, but he can jump for miles. I can't wait to get my my tester for how high they can jump. I mean, look at that. There's 4 blocks there. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks there. And he's up and over the top of it. The maximum they can jump is 5. And he's up and over 4. And he seems really quick. So I just want to test him with my new calculations. He can jump forever. Right. Come on. Don't make me get the whip out. Okay, that was good, that was good. I don't have my bed out either, and it's going to get dark. Oh, flash, flash. Flash. $23. I thought you were 23. Right, remember 23. Where's my bed? Right, 23. So that's 23 divided by, come on, you do this together. 23 divided by 2.857 gives me 8.05. So if I do 100 divided by 8.05, it gives me a speed of 12.42 blocks per second, which sounds more like it, not 15. So I think we'll use that calculation from now on, because that makes sense. When I sat and worked it out, it did make a lot of sense. So that's brilliant. So what have we done today then? We have sorted out my storage system in my gold farm. So I'm happy about that. And we've now found out how to calculate the horse's speed accurately. So I'm pretty happy about that as well. So I think we'll call it a day for today then, everybody. So thank you very much for watching. I really do appreciate you joining me today. If you have enjoyed it, please don't forget to leave it a like. And if you've really loved it, don't forget to subscribe for future videos. This is Frillyoth, and I'm out of here.